Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we are of course going to be watching the disappearance of the #1 YouTuber of China. What happened to Liziqi? Question mark. I don't know if that's how you want to say it. Obviously by Stephanie Sue. Obviously we're still on this Chinaverse everyday thing, though today will probably be the last day. We're just like Chinaverse back to back to back to back. We probably will go back to the every other day Stephanie stuff. Probably next time we do Stephanie stuff, it'll be Rotten Mango on top of that too, just because I feel like it feels weird slash wrong to just react to her videos every day. It's basically just turning into like a second Stephanie channel, right? So it's basically just like my channel is just a re-upload of her channel at this point. So I feel like I need to stop for a bit and go back to Rotten Mango and other things in between, Dark Asia, etc., etc. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Maybe like at the end of next month, we'll do like another marathon every day of just possibly Chinaverse stuff every day for a few days, because we're probably not gonna finish Chinaverse by the next month? Question mark. I don't know. It's assuming I actually find a place to move to by the end of next month. Which if that happens, who knows when the videos will go up, but there's a chance that videos will stop happening on the channel until we find a place to move to. So just be prepared for that, like content to just stop outright, because like I literally have nowhere to live. But just ignore that. Yeah, we will probably stop. I don't know if I'm gonna do Dark Asia tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. I would like to like dip into some other channels too, or even like iceberg things, or just spooky. I want to get some spooky stuff, man. I want some spooky, scary stuff. Obviously, the ghost videos are just for fun. That's not scary. It's never going to be scary. Those are just silly videos, but maybe I'll find something like spooky to get into. But it looks like we're back on the mukbang stuff too. Since yesterday wasn't a mukbang, but looks like we're already right back to doing mukbang videos. But I guess let's see. I don't know if this person is the person Wong Satong was chasing after for like what 3 years or something. Is that this person, or is this just a completely different person? The name seems familiar. Even the face on the thumbnail, I think, seems familiar. So I don't know if we've seen her before.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another dun dun mukbang! Woo!
Of course, we're just gonna skip to the actual topic at hand. I think we're about to start. We're like 5 minutes in.
What would you do? Imagine if Mr. Beast just quit YouTube out of nowhere. Like, never posted about it, never slowly transitioned into a different career path, never went on a podcast and was like, hey guys, I'm retiring. Nothing. Just one day, all of a sudden it was, I survived 50 hours in an active volcano and last one to leave wins $15 million. And then nothing.
This obviously was 2 years, over 2 years ago. So this was before. Was this before he got like canceled? Question mark. He's still around, right? So not like that matters, but I think he got canceled. Granted, again, not like that actually had any effect. I assume he's still doing videos. I mean, I could look that up, but I don't know. I've never really watched his content, I don't think. So yeah, I don't know if he is still making videos, but I feel like he still is. Possibly even getting like show deals and stuff. Maybe something on HBO, I don't know.
Radio silence after that video.
Or Netflix, I don't know.
Like he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would be genuinely worried, okay? But imagine he was active on other platforms, but just never talked about YouTube again. Like, never posted about why he left, never responded to comments about, like, hey, when are you posting again? Like, what's going on? Why aren't you here? What would you...
It's actually topical to what I said at the beginning, that, if the videos stop coming in on YouTube, daily, because I am posting, like, literally daily videos every day, and I have been doing that for years. If they just stop, like I already explained why, it's because I don't have a place to record the videos at.
What do you think? Like, people would collectively lose their freaking marbles, myself included. I would be going down some random rabbit hole of just conspiracies on Reddit.
But
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. It's just that's what's happening. Like I'll eventually come back. I hope. Question mark. Because I don't plan to ever like quit YouTube like forever. But I mean, if I don't have a place to record videos at, well then I can't really do it. But eventually, maybe we'll come back. Everything will probably be fine. It's fine.
Why aren't you here? What would you think? Like people would collectively lose their freaking marbles, myself included. I would be going down some random rabbit hole of just conspiracies on Reddit.
But you don't watch him. No.
But I'd be fascinated by the mysteria, you know? I like his videos. Just,
You've never seen it.
I have seen it. I've watched his iconic ones, of course. I like him as a person. I don't even know him. But he seems like a real good person.
Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Mr. Beast right now? Because, again, if we're talking about Mr. Beast, didn't he get canceled into oblivion? And now, like, in retrospect, she's probably like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that about Mr. Beast after he got canceled.
I don't know why I don't end up
It's just never recommended to you.
No, it's recommended.
Oh, it is recommended. It's okay. He never clicked on your video.
I don't think he's missing out on my one view. I'm
very excited for today's story, by the way.
He's been asking for this one. Do you know what's going on or no?
Very little.
The cheese is so good.
There was something I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. I think it had to do with that, but yeah, probably in retrospect, she's probably like, oof, I can't believe I said all that stuff. Assuming they're talking about Mr. Beast, unless I missed, like, who they were talking about. I don't think I did, though. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. It was, I better not get, like, 1,000 Mr. Beast videos, because I just said Mr. Beast, like, 1,000 times. Mr. Beast has been spoken about in this video, so YouTube, do not do that, because obviously, if you somehow do not know about the whole thing of like all your electronics are listening to you, and they'll try to feed you ads or videos or whatever for the things you're talking about. So the fact that I've just said his name like a million times, if I start seeing videos show up, I'm gonna be really upset. Because this has happened to me like a lot of times. I feel like where I'll say something. Possibly, like I don't know if I'll actually look it up, but I might say something and it's like, oh hey, do you want this? Do you want that? It happens to my friend also, like a lot as well, or just like, even just a single search, which I mean that's enough, right? Because now it's not just them listening to you; it's they saw that you searched something, so that's a bit more understandable, and they're like, okay, they searched this, let's start giving them ads and videos and stuff that has to deal with that. But again, I feel like a lot of the time it's just potentially they're just listening to everything you're saying. And if you want to go to Twitter, I've noticed that I feel like it curates what you're looking at on when you're just scrolling the main page of like recommended stuff or whatever. It's like actually paying attention to what you're stopping your scroll on, and if you're spending more than a nanosecond on that thing. Because then it's like, okay, I might accidentally like stare at something for more than a split second, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, feeding me posts about that topic. It might be even something I don't even want anything to do with. And it's like, ugh, like all I'm getting is stuff I don't want to see, potentially because I literally stopped on a post for like a nanosecond, and it's like, oh, you looked at this 0.0001 second longer than you typically look at other posts. We're going to start feeding this specific posts like this to you constantly. It's like, I don't care about this. Stop. So yeah, I think the Twitter like that is really bad. But yeah, I better not see any Mr. Beast content. I'm gonna lose it.
Stephanie was eating some very spicy chili oil.
Oh my god.
2 days ago, and she's been having stomach ache for days.
And I don't know if I'm getting old. I don't know what's been happening, but I don't really get stomach aches from eating spicy. Like maybe for that night and the next morning, but for the past 2 days, I've been having debilitating stomach cramps. I'm not pregnant.
Long pause there. Are they married yet? I mean, she could be.
She just kind of got better today. Here we are. Here we are.
I mean,
Well, that's what happened to the Mr. Beast of China. And
I was gonna say I probably should have like skipped that, but we're good.
Mr. Beast because her numbers were out of this world. I mean, she was one of the top creators in the entire nation, but she makes drastically different content for Mr. Beast. So don't be imagining just like Chinese Mr. Beast, okay? We are talking about the strange online vanishing of Liziqi and the dark reasons behind why she randomly quit making videos. Like,
Now, is that video, that picture of her, like, in the past or the future? Because you have, like, the thumbnail, that's on the right side, then you have the left side image, which is what I used on my thumbnail. But, did she run away somewhere, question mark, and that's where she is now?
have you guys heard of Liziqi?
I think like most people probably ran across her video somewhere.
Yes, like even if you don't know her or really recall her name, the minute that I show you a thumbnail or maybe even a
Nope. No clue.
clip of her video, you'll be like, oh my god, yes, that's her. Or if you recognize that style of video, she was the one that created this whole aesthetic and like this type of content. Her videos get tens of millions of views, sometimes in the hundreds of millions of views per video.
Yeah.
On YouTube alone, she has 17 million followers. Think about it. A Chinese YouTuber where YouTube is banned in China and she's
Like, how long ago has she started doing that? Since there's ASMR videos kind of like this that are like professionally shot like that, where they cut to like super close-ups of like things that they're doing, like with that kind of quality. I don't mean like they're just like have a camera pointed at something. It's like it's from a show from the 90s, like a really comfy show from the 90s. Like it's very soft. I don't know how to explain it other than like soft nostalgia of, I don't know, this. Let's just create a straw man out of thin air, because I don't know if this actually exists, like a wood cutting show or a carpentry show from like the 80s, 90s, whatever, early 2000s, where they're working on wood, the guy's talking to you, whatever, and then it'll show like a really nicely like detailed close up of the woodwork in silence, or like soft music in the background. It is just showing you the woodwork, showing them possibly like working on the wood, something like that. So it's nostalgic of that kind of feel, and I've seen other ASMR videos that do that. Like, I don't know, I'd argue 10 years ago. So has she been around for 10 years? If not, well then, and I'm just nitpicking now, but I'm just saying, if that's the aesthetic, this like not candid, but like having someone be filmed doing tasks that it's almost semi like a movie, but not really.
She's got a YouTube account with 17 million followers. Like, that just goes to show how freaking successful and powerful and much influence she had. That's not even her most subscribed platform. On Douyin, Chinese TikTok, she has 30 million followers. Yes, and she was one of my faves. Yeah, she was. She really was one of my faves. Again, talking about people who don't even know that I exist, but she was one of my faves. Her videos were like a piece of art, to put it simply. I mean, if you guys don't know, to give you a brief rundown, she depicts almost this cottagecore, or they call it in China like the ancient style. She has a very romanticized village lifestyle in a rural part of China, so she focuses a lot on cooking videos. But it's not even cooking videos where she's like, let me make these crazy trendy street foods right now. She's making iconic Chinese dishes like lo shifan.
Lo shifan.
Lo shifan. Okay, these are packaged noodles that you can buy. And it's almost like this sweet, sour, they call them stinky noodles because the smell of the fermented bamboos is really strong and pungent, but it's so delicious. Like, it's spicy, it's hot, it's a little sour, it's tangy, it's perfect. I mean, China has innovated to the point where you can get those noodles in like a prepared package and it's fucking phenomenal. Most people will just get the little ramen, the instant ramen version of it. She will make it from scratch. And you're thinking, okay, from scratch, that's rough, right? So she's got to go to the store, buy the little fermented bamboos in a can, buy the other little veggies and cut them up for her broth and then make the broth from scratch. No. She goes into a bamboo forest, cuts down bamboo, ferments the bamboo for multiple days, goes into the forest and picks out all the other veggies she needs, ferments those. She cooks everything directly over a fire. So not a gas stove, a fire.
I think the most impressive one, I mean, every video is so out of this world to me.
Out of this world.
You would just click on a video and then she's like planting the seed to a vegetable.
Yes.
And then she's like putting water on there and it's summertime. Next scene, it's summer. And then she's like watering them, trimming the thing.
Yeah.
And then next scene, it's fall. And then she's like picking out the fruit. And then it's like 10 years later, she finally grew the vegetable from a seed. And then she's like processed them, dries them, like air dries them. And then I'm like, did she really spend 2 years to make one video?
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes.
Yeah, but like if you're doing that, becomes too much of a hassle. I feel like that's an easy reason to like stop doing it? Question mark. Just with like how much effort it would take. You're literally having to grow seeds and then harvest the crop and then cook it. So I'm wondering if that played a factor, or if it actually this is more sinister. So she's trying to make it seem like it's more sinister than it actually is. But I guess we'll end up seeing if that ends up being the case.
The production quality, and then I'm looking at Stephanie. I'm like, babe, what's going on here?
And I'm over here like, y'all ever had cheese covered fried chicken?
Innovation.
Like, there's even a video where so she washes a lot of things outside, and it's not even a hose. It's like one of those fancy,
River?
yeah, like rivers and stuff, right? But she washes things in bamboo baskets. There was a video where she's fucking weaving the bamboo to make the bamboo basket. I'm like, bro, if I were you, I would have Taobaoed a strainer, okay? I would have just Alibaba'd myself a strainer, okay?
And the thing is,
Yes.
like, every single one of her video, she's cooking or doing something completely different. And it's not only just doing something different, everything is actually a complete new skill set that she's acquired. Even for Chinese people, right? A lot of the things that she does is like Chinese traditions. And it's from different regions. And a lot of things are actually getting lost nowadays. So nobody still does things like this. Everything's by machine, no longer handmade. But she is actually going back to find someone who still knows that skill and learns it from the beginning.
And then shows the process.
Yes. So for us, like when we watch it, it's like, oh my God, these are the things I read in the book, or these are things that my grandpa tells me about. That's how they used to, like anything, how to make a blanket. Then she will literally grow everything and make the blanket from scratch. It was like insane.
Do you want me to make you a blanket from scratch or something? I'm just saying she'd be putting YouTubers to shame or whatever. She does the craziest shit. She'll even do embroidery, but not just regular embroidery of the modern day, but traditional Shen Dynasty embroidery or something like that.
Yeah.
Insane. And she's all obsessed with that very slow living, quiet aesthetic. She's not really screaming in her videos.
I don't think she talks.
It's
barely,
background
right?
music. So she'll have
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the kind of thing where why would she be screaming, right? It just seems like it is the cozy aesthetic, right? If not just ASMR, people probably actually use it as ASMR. I would, I mean, I assume that they're using it that way.
small conversations with her grandma while she's cooking or something, but it's almost muted down, where it's kind of on par with the music, and it sounds like she's in the other room asking grandma something, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like she's right next to you. It's like the opposite of me. She doesn't talk, she lets you focus on the environment and focus on the noises and every action that she makes, and it freaking works. She's got over 3 billion views on YouTube, and collectively across all her videos views range from 10 to 130 million per video. And at one point, she released a whole product line under her name, which in 2020, that very product line did over 200 million USD in sales in 2020.
Jeez.
$200 million in sales. She's at the height of her game. She's not just an influencer or a content creator. She's a whole business. She is a brand. She's a full-blown celebrity, and her videos are the backbone of all of this. So in July 14th, 2021, when she stops posting videos out of nowhere, it's strange.
Wait, when was that?
2021, when she stops posting videos out of nowhere.
2021. This was 2 years ago, so I don't know exactly when this is in relation to this, because it is 2 years ago, but it could be 2 years and 11 months, right? And it wouldn't tell you that it's been 3 years. I don't know exactly when this video was made. She said earlier on, it would be like if Mr. Beast just left out of nowhere, but was talking on other platforms and not like, but just never mentioning why he stopped doing YouTube. Is she still in other places talking? Question mark. Or is it just she's completely erased from existence and we don't know where she is? She just got spirited away, essentially.
It's strange. It's so strange. And people are like, how? What happened, right? She didn't even post that she's taking a break or anything. Liziqi is unfortunately not a stranger to drama. I mean, just based on how successful she was.
How does she get drama when she's just like doing tasks in her videos?
And how many eyeballs were on her, not just in China, but globally. She had a lot of people coming for her. She also found herself at the center of a lot of different controversies, if you will. She wasn't
Again, like, how do you get into drama and controversies when the content you do couldn't be any further from that? I mean, I'm simply just people like throwing controversy at her, like, or just making stuff up. I don't know. What could I think of that you could just force on someone as a controversy that's doing that kind of content? I don't know. Like nothing's coming to me off the top of my head. Maybe if I think about it a longer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I only thought about it for like a few more seconds, but just the fact that she has a brand question mark and she's doing like this cozy, down to earth, old timey kind of content, and yet she's, you know, benefiting from capitalism question mark. That's the only thing I think of that people would be like upset about. You know, I don't know.
Wasn't in the middle of a lot of people coming for her. She also found herself at the center of a lot of different controversies, if you will. She wasn't in the middle of a scandal when she stopped posting, so that was weird. But her scandals, they ranged from, oh, this girl's an industry plant, to she's propaganda from the government.
Industry plants? That wouldn't even cross my mind, her being an industry plant, but sure. Propaganda for what, like, this lifestyle?
To even a scandal in Korea. She made a lot of enemies in Korea at one point. Korean netizens were coming after this girl. So there was a lot that happened, and she might have taken little breaks here and there throughout her career.
I kind of want to know what happened with the Korean stuff. Like, what happened there? We just, like, skipped over that.
But again, this was just unprecedented. This is not something that she had ever done before. So where did she go?
Again, I feel like it has to be so difficult to be doing this for years and years. I feel like you just hit a point where it's like, okay, I've made a lot of money. This is so hard living like, well, not necessarily living like this, but like living like this and trying to make content out of it. Like, I enjoy living like this, but it being a job sucks, right? So I think they just want to, she could just be like, okay, I'm done. I did it. I can just live my life this way without having to record every second of it, question mark. Though, since apparently she has like a bunch of enemies, potentially, maybe she got a hit put on her somehow. I don't know. Maybe the Chinese government didn't like it. I don't know. Tax evasion, we know how that works. Tax evasion, she got banished or something.
This was just unprecedented. This is not something that she had ever done before. So where did she go? Well, Liziqi could no longer be Liziqi. That's not even metaphorically. That's not me trying to be poetic. This is the story of how Liziqi was scammed out of tens of millions of dollars, and she didn't even own the trademark to her own name. She got screwed over. She couldn't even post on her own YouTube account because she no longer, technically at the time, owned it.
Okay, so it's like something bad, like, did happen to her, which that kind of sucks. Like, who would have had like the brand
Anymore.
What?
She couldn't even use her name. Liziqi, that's her name, and she didn't even own the trademark to it.
That's why she stopped posting.
Because her manager royally screwed her over. He was the scumbag of the planet.
Okay, oof.
That's insane.
Yeah. So before we get into that and her manager and all of that, we gotta talk about her childhood and then the rest of her scandals.
Okay, so it's like, how are we gonna get all the way to that? I mean, she usually has to do this, right? Talk about the childhood, yada yada yada, and all that stuff before we get to the actual main topic at hand.
So her childhood is actually a pretty impressive story. She was born into the countryside of the Sichuan province, and her parents divorced when she was really young. In the split, she ends up going with her dad. So she's living with her dad. They move out of the countryside, and it's straight out of Cinderella. Her dad remarries this evil witch who just abuses her nonstop. I don't know if her dad knew about it and did nothing. I don't know if the stepmom like gaslit him into believe that his daughter was the problem. I don't know. But her father ends up passing away when she's only 6 years old. So now she's under the primary legal care of her stepmom, who
passed away, or, you know, released from this world by other means, question mark. If this is a evil stepmom, are we saying that it wasn't her who did it?
hates her freaking guts, who is upset that she's been left to take responsibility for this kid that she doesn't even like. And every day, Liziqi was being abused. Literally every day. She would have her hair pulled. Sometimes her head would be shoved into a sink with water filled to the brim. Her stepmom almost beat her to death, and the only reason that she's even alive is because her grandparents stepped in and was like, okay, we're gonna raise her, like, we're gonna take her. Even if she's not growing up in the city, even if she has to grow up in the countryside, give her to us. So they take her back to the little village, and she starts living like that cottagecore lifestyle. I'm talking, everything they eat is pretty much planted in their backyard.
It's not backyard. It's a farm. It's a farm.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. You know what I mean. I forgot when, but I fell down the Liziqi rabbit hole, where I like binge watched every one of her videos in the background for like a month straight.
Like, how long would that take? How many videos does she have? mean, she said a month straight, but was it actually a month?
I just remember he's like, what are you doing? Why are you watching that? Every day I'd be playing Liziqi, okay? It's just so calming, you know? Anyway, she moves back to the village. She starts living this like cottagecore lifestyle. Except, you know, when she was a kid, it wasn't really cottagecore. It's just trying to survive. I mean, she had already been forced to be an adult her whole childhood, and now moving back with her grandparents. She doesn't want to be a burden. She wants to be as helpful as possible. So her grandpa was a chef. He taught her how to cook, and it started off with like little tasks, like here, cut these vegetables, and then it was like here, make this side dish on your own, and then eventually it was here, make a bamboo basket with your own 2 hands, okay? They would cook on a fire stove, and she grew up with her dad not being able to eat anything yummy. So being with her grandparents and just enjoying the taste of food, she just had a strong appreciation for just the process of food, the taste of food, what food means, like the feelings that it brings, and feelings of safety and comfort. Liziqi said that without her grandparents, she most likely would be dead at this point.
Yeah, so wondering where she's getting this information from. So she's said this out loud herself.
And then hits the fan again. So right before Liziqi is about to enter middle school, her grandfather dies. And
I mean, I was expecting that because I would assume he's like pretty old. He's only going to last so long.
her grandmother falls ill. She's all alone, has to take responsibility, and she has to pay the bills and take care of her grandma, right? So at first they try to make it work, but they end up burning through their savings. And since grandma was too old to work, Liziqi drops out of school at 14, and this is so important. She moves from the village back into the city looking for work. For 8 years, she's just looking for work wherever anyone will take her. She slept on park benches some nights, got odd jobs here and there. Nobody really wanted to hire her because, I mean, think about it. She's got no money, no skills, no education. Every company saw her as a liability more than anything. And she was just so young. She didn't really have a lot of experience. It was really hard. So for 2 months, she ate steamed buns every meal of every day to save money. She ate nothing else of nutritional value because she just wanted to send everything back to grandma. And then she's 22 and grandma is ill again. And she's thinking, okay, I'm 22 now, I gotta make it work. Her thought process is, I'm going back to the village again, I have no access to jobs, but I need to take care of my grandma, I need to stay there and spend as much time with my aging grandma as I possibly can. So she goes back to the village and she's like, what do I do? My family owns this farm. And you know, when you hear farm, it sounds lucrative, but it wasn't. It's just a big plot of land. They have to hire laborers, they're not really making ends meet. It's just really rough. So Liziqi thought, okay, if I can't sell my products to local markets, maybe I can sell them on Taobao, which is like Etsy. You can open up your own storefront and you can sell your own products.
So you can sell food products online? Question mark. I mean, you can buy food online, right? But it's weird to hear like you can just sell, potentially, if that's what you're saying, sell just your farm. What's the word I'm looking for? I just like you're just your farm haul online potentially.
So she starts with like honey, bird's nest, food-related products. 0 sales. 0. She's so stressed. She has to come up with all these little marketing strategies and the competition is so cutthroat. So she starts making like short form content, like basically visual videos for her products. And all of the aesthetics, because she's in this like rural village instead of being a city girl trying to sell these products, they had the aesthetic, but her videos didn't do that well. Just like it's product video, it feels very salesy, so no one really liked it. And then eventually she tried short form cooking videos using the products she was selling and people ate it up.
Oh, she was like a TikTok star.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some sort of like weird thing with cooking, I think, where I think you can get a lot of views, be seen a lot if you're doing cooking stuff.
On Douyin, they ate it up. They ate it up to the point where she was getting more money from video views. Like she went viral in like mid 2017. She was getting more video views and making more money in that way than actually selling product. So she's like, I can't do both right now because it's just me. So she closes down her Taobao store and she just starts focusing on making these videos. I will say she seems like a crazy perfectionist. She doesn't post that frequently, but when she does, it's like 3,000 different angles, different outfits, and her just cooking up the most elaborate dishes known to mankind.
Especially like you film videos. So it's like,
It keeps throwing her under the bus.
you know how hard it is.
Yeah, okay.
So let me explain to everyone. Every time Stephanie's like looking at videos, she's like,
Oh man, I wish I had more angles. I wish I'd use more angles.
and then when it comes around to filming, she's like, okay, let me move the camera here. And then
Okay,
so it takes like 5 minutes to 10 minutes to move the angle.
Okay, let me explain. Right, you know those videos where you see someone making coffee from 5 different angles, right? You see them walk to get the cup, and then they take the cup out, and then you see them put the cup on the coffee machine. That takes like an hour or 2. And here's the thing. I'm a very when I feel
In
it,
the
I
moment.
need to, yeah, like
Yes.
if I feel something, I need to do it immediately. So if I feel like vlogging, I need to do it right now, and if I don't do it right now, the mood is gone, okay? So when I have to set up for an hour for one shot, I'm like,
Bro,
I'm over it. The mood is over.
yeah. So it's like, and then now whenever I look at like Casey Neistat's videos,
Oh my god.
jeez, he's like going, like the camera's going shoo, 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 like every corner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did he really just sit by the side of the highway? And then it's like controlling a drone or like freaking open the door, close the door, open the trunk, close the trunk. Like did all of that for 2 seconds? 2 seconds of final footage? It's insane.
Yeah.
And then you look at Liziqi, it's like,
On crack.
oh my god, how did she do it?
Because you think setting up a camera is just a tripod, right? And like, again, like this job is very easy compared to like healthcare workers, like all these other jobs. But it's
Why did she specifically say healthcare workers just out of nowhere?
there's only like a difference in like, oh, I guess I didn't imagine it to be like that annoying to set up. But it's like one angle to get the lighting and the focus correct.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I am a in the moment type of girl, okay? So I'm like, oh my god, I need to talk about this. And then if I'm setting up my camera and it takes me 2 seconds too long, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't care. Yeah. So I'm working on it. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Her amazing content, her perfectionism, actually leads to her very first scandal.
Really?
Okay, so how do we get a scandal out of that? I know I haven't really been saying much, I think. We're kind of just listening. I don't think there's much to talk about in this one. Also, maybe I'm just out of things to say since we've just been on the marathon for several days, which again, another reason why we're probably going to start going back to the every other day kind of format. Also, I was like trying to aim for something specific by doing these videos every day, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So that's also a reason why I'm just like, okay, again, maybe at the end of next month I'll do it again, like just back to back to back Stephanie stuff, and maybe I'll just make that a thing, assuming there's content, actually enough content to do that for multiple months. So yeah, next month we'll do that again if the universe lets me. And then the next month, same thing. We'll see.
Really?
Some people said, huh, it's really good. A little too good.
They're saying that this is like the industry plant thing, because her angles and camera work are too much, too high production, that she must have like the government and like $5 bajillion behind her videos, question mark.
They're like, there's no way she does all of this herself.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
It doesn't make sense. She's not some cute little girl from the cottagecore village. She is being produced. She's an industry plant. This is cinematic experiences. They're like complimenting her and dissing her at the same time. They're like, this is better than a movie. That bitch. Okay? The preparation of her videos seemed like it would take weeks, if not months, on a single video. I'm sure she's got a massive team. A team of producers, filmmakers, camera crew, audio crew, preparation crew.
I feel like the videos would come out faster if she did have a crew, since a lot of YouTubers who take months, if not years, in between video uploads usually take forever. Now, I'm assuming they don't have that many people helping them if they're not, if not just they're doing them themselves. So it's kind of like on par with the long, like YouTubers who have long stretches of dead space in between videos because their production value is so high, question mark. And if they're like not doing it with a whole production team, same thing, right? So I feel like that's actually just normal, that it's possibly her, and maybe she has some help, but again, if these videos are far and few between, then it makes sense that it's just her.
Assistants. She is an industry plant, and she's trying to make it seem like she's this cute little girl from the village just vlogging her day.
Also, what is it? Why does it matter if she's an industry plant? Other than the fact that you want to be upset about an industry plant? Question mark. Are the videos still not good? Like, they're still good, right? So what does it matter?
It's inauthentic and it's disgusting. That's what people said, okay?
God damn.
So people start jumping on this scandal that Liziqi is an industry plant, and they would comment things like, it's obvious the professional team created this. She's just in charge of revealing her face, like a paid actress. I think she even has a body double. So they're saying like, so she would have an angle that shows her chopping something, and then the angle would switch to her hands chopping, and then maybe like half her body chopping, and they're like, she's only there when it's her face, and then they throw in a body double, and she's basically an actress, literally like in a movie.
I mean, that's just how those shots should be shot, question mark. Like, I've seen these shots in other videos before where that's just how it is. Like, that's the, if you want to use the word art, that's the art of it.
How dare she claim that she films everything alone? They called her shameless. They called her disgusting.
Man, none of that makes sense.
Can I just say something? Okay, no, before I go into my rant, okay, there was another person that commented. This is so goofy. I know there's a team behind her. She said once that she films everything on a tripod, but I did some research on tripods and it's impossible.
It's impossible. Impossible to do what?
It blows my mind. How much fucking research can you do on a tripod? Like,
Yeah, it's like, what? What do you mean research? It's just a three-legged thing that holds your camera. Hello? Like, what are you talking about? What more information do you need? Like, what is being said here?
what are you researching about a tripod that makes you believe, after you're Googling of what a tripod is and what a tripod does, how can you come to the conclusion so confidently, might I add, that it's impossible for her to film this on a tripod?
Okay, if it's not tripod, then what is it?
Like, I guess they're saying, like, those production crews, they have, like, the runways where the camera is moving. It's, like, the massive cameras and, like, the carts of the camera. Another person commented, a video this good? Again, do they hate her? Do they love her? A video this good has to come from a professional team. How could she film this all on her own? It's not shameful to have a team, but she says she films it herself, and that's disgusting. Okay, that's the thing. When I hear the word disgusting, I'm thinking, you ran over my dog.
Yeah, it's like abusing the word disgusting.
You R-worded someone. You are disgusting. I don't know if I would really...
I think disgusting is too light for what she just said, but sure. Yeah, like for this case, though, the word disgusting is being abused for this.
consider this like that disgusting, you know what I mean? Like, did she really run your mom over in reverse and then drive for another 20 miles? I don't think so. So some of these commenters were acting like she just personally destroyed their own lives. And another thing that people were speculating was that she couldn't actually be doing all the things that she was doing. So some videos showed her making makeup from flowers, or using wood in the forest to carve a lamp, or making like ornate traditional dishes, like ancient dishes that have thousands of years of history. Yeah. And it would take like 5 days to make, and very specific type of techniques on how to create either fermented products or to even create the noodles and to pull them a very specific way. It's not just like, oh, I saw a recipe online. And so people are like, there's no way that she would have gotten the technique to do all of this. It doesn't make sense. So people accused her of just literally being an actress and then having someone who knew how to do it come in and film the hand portions or finish it up and make the end product good. That was the accusation. Because everyone agreed there's no way one person can be good at that many things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they all kind of not necessarily go hand in hand, but it's all things that she's just doing things that combo, right? She needs to make a basket to go grab the crops. She needs the crops to go make the food or make the makeup or make the X, Y, or Z. They're all things that combo together. So if your life is just devoted to that, then it's acceptable, right? They literally are in the same wheelhouse. They all combo. So I don't know if that is an agreeable thing.
People said
like
God.
She genuinely was so impressive. Like
I mean, yeah, she's impressive. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those questions, it's almost like obviously their words are terribly used, but she is like the way you see like every skill. It's like what the. How can she know how to do everything? Mm-hmm. You know, but and it makes sense once she revealed like the amount of the depth she goes to study every skill is insane.
So people were mad to the point where Liziqi had to come out with a statement in 2017. She posted that she was going to be taking a break amidst all of the horrible accusations. What? She just wanted a breather, you know? She wrote about how she had a really rough upbringing and she never cried. Even when her stepmom would beat her, she never cried. And now she's sitting in front of her phone crying. You know, some people called it superficial. Like, oh, you didn't cry when you were being abused, but you're crying now because you're about to lose your fame and money. But I think it's more the principle of feeling like you're being accused of something that you didn't do. Everyone's accused, they're talking about you doing this thing as if they were there, as if they saw it. Like the way that people were commenting, like, I know for a fact. And it's like, but how do you know for a fact? I've never even met you. I've never even spoken to you.
Yeah.
How do you know for a fact about me? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some of these comments are vile.
Oh, let me tell you, sometimes it's like the wording. It's like you can have guesses, you can make speculations, you can comment on people's lives. But when you're like, I know for a fact, and it's like, you don't even know this person. You've never even had a conversation with this person. This person probably doesn't even know you exist, okay? Liziqi does not know you exist. But you're like confident? That's weird. I don't know, okay? Anyway, so people are accusing her of being an industry plant, and she said, it got to the point where people were questioning my morals, saying that I lied about not having a team, and they said that I was this shallow girl that just wanted money, and how even my grandmother was in on it, and we're all scammers, we're all people with low values and low morals. And she said, and all these quote professionals in the comments are trying to analyze the type of equipment that I use, and they give their super quote professional opinions, but they know nothing And she said, it's fine, whatever, but now you're basically doing some mental gymnastics of, hey, even though I have no proof that Liziqi is not doing this alone, I don't think it's possible, so I'm going to accuse her of lying about having a production team, and if she's lying about that, that means she's not a good person. And if she's not a good person, she's a horrible person, and if she's a horrible person, she deserves to be hated on. That's like the mental gymnastics people were doing.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she's saying, accusing me of having a production team is one thing, but then to accuse me of being a horrible person that deserves the hate that I'm getting, like, what kind of mental gymnastics are you doing to connect these two things?
It's kind of like just crazy how far this was going. Like all the hate and whatnot. Like, is it? She's just doing these cozy videos. Why the vitriol, right? You know, some people just want to hate. They just like they can't live without being a hater? Question mark. Though, is that what's really happening? Like, this seems like it's out of hand. Though, I guess people have potentially gone crazy for less. Have they? Or is this possibly the bottom of that? Like, this is the less. Like, these people are just going crazy for nothing. I don't know. Yeah, that's just unfortunately how the internet is.
Yeah.
Again, I keep saying that I'm gonna get like got in one of these videos, but I'm wondering if that will ever happen to me. Hopefully not. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. Just like people just losing it over this one thing and then just get dogpiled on for no reason. Again, hopefully that never happens. I don't think it will happen, but you can't really predict that kind of stuff. Like when people will just lose it.
Exactly.
You know, and they're just going at her, like calling her some of the most heinous things online. Literally, I don't even think these netizens went after corrupt politicians or murderers the way that they were coming for her neck. Liziqi said that the stress was taking a toll on her. She had been going to the hospital for massive stomach problems. Her grandma even begged her to quit, telling her they can just live frugally, like even more frugally. She doesn't need to keep doing this, and she keeps hearing rumors about herself and words about herself as if she wrote them. And she said that it broke her heart to see her grandma like that. The very grandma that she was even doing this in the first place for. In the end, she attached a few photos of her showing her filming setup. Everything was filmed either using household objects, so she would kind of, I'm sure every YouTuber feels the same, like balance her camera on different household objects, or she would...
Yeah, it seems pretty not professional, but it's actually getting like professional shots with these weird placements. One of those looked like it was in a tree, right? She just had a tripod in her tree.
use a tripod. She would
Yeah,
show
like an outlet with a bunch of plugs.
her light system. She showed her editing in the back end. She said 99% of the videos was her own filming, and if there were shots of her walking, or sometimes if the camera angle was changing really quickly, sometimes her brother would help. That's it.
Oh, information on brother? We didn't know she had family, question mark, until right now. I feel like we didn't know that. Did it say that earlier? Because she was... Father got with the stepmother, and then the stepmother was abusing her, but where's the brother and all that? Question mark. Because now we just got a brother just manifested into existence out of nowhere.
Okay? She said she felt so wrong to be accused of something that she didn't do. It just didn't even make sense. And then with the thing about being good at everything, she said that even just to make one video. So there was this one noodle video. She was making langzhou beef noodles.
兰州拉面 the pull hand pull noodle,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a very specific technique, and it is like the dish of an entire area. So if she gets it wrong, people will be pissed, you know? People won't be like, oh, good job for effort. Most people will be like, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, you're literally trying to market this and act like you know what you're doing, but we should have someone from Langzhou do this because you don't know what you're doing. Like, people would have pulled her apart. So she actually...
The way she was kneading that was pretty aesthetic, right? I don't think it stays that way, but she was kind of making a
be
spiral.
like, oh, good job for effort. Most people will be like, you don't even know what you're doing.
Like this, like it's being spiraled along.
You're literally trying to
That's pretty cool.
market this and act like you know what you're doing, but we should have someone from Langzhou do this because you don't know what you're doing. Like, people would have pulled her apart. So she actually went to a master that had been making these noodles their whole life, and she learned from him every single day. Like, she would end filming, she would end her prep, then she would run to that master, learn noodles. She learned this every single day for like 2 months until she couldn't even lift her arms anymore because they were so freaking sore.
Wow.
And so when she finally learned it, she starts filming the process. And then while she's filming the process, afterwards, she's already learning the new skill for the next video. So she would reach out to people that were actually masters of whatever craft or dish that she was doing and genuinely put in so much time behind the scenes to learn how to do it. But people just didn't even think about that.
I saw like a photo like someone shared, like there was a close-up of her hand It was like all like scaled up. There's
my
like
God.
a lot of like she's like really uses her hand for everything.
Oh,
so.
yeah, because there were also accusations that she doesn't actually like plant stuff. She just has like workers do it, and then she goes and just like boops a carrot out of the ground.
Yeah.
So, you know, showing like how exactly. So she said it's very painful because for a while now, agents, managers, production teams had been reaching out to her, asking her to work. Like they're willing to film all her videos for her. And then she could just be the star and she would make so much more money because she can film more and like take all these different opportunities to go on TV and all these things. She even mentioned an agent by the name of Mr. L. He becomes important later, all right?
Mr. L, is that the manager that we were talking about earlier that screwed her over? Because how did she get a manager for all this to begin with? Like, you know, she wasn't working with anybody, right? So where did this guy come into play? Did he just say he was going to help her out? Like, oh yeah, I see that you're doing like these crazy videos. Let me be your manager and help you out, make things easier on you, yada yada yada. But then just scammed her because he, I don't know, just wanted the money. He's just evil. Question mark. He thought she was going to be easy to get
But-
because of how desperate question mark she could be. Because again, she's doing this for grandma. I don't know how much money she's actually getting. If she's getting that kind of views, she probably was getting a lot of money. But that's assuming that the manager wasn't already in the scene from the get-go, and he was already taking the money to begin with.
But she said, I told this agent who's really nice, like, I still just want to be in control of my videos from start to finish. And she said, you know what? Now that you guys, basically the haters, have been saying all these things about me, maybe I'll come back with a team. Maybe I'll just do whatever you're accusing me of and make more videos and spread more of my videos to the world. Like
Unfortunately, that mentality happens too much. I mean, I'm not saying this is like bad or good. I feel it's perfectly fine for to do that, but the idea of, well, if you all are going to accuse me of being a monster, I might as well be a monster, isn't something you should like always play into, question mark. I mean, depends on the situation. This situation doesn't matter, right? It's perfectly fine for her to do that. But wasn't there a situation, the lady who got with the quote-unquote precious angel guy who's just taking care of her was accused of cheating on him with the rapper guy, and then just ended up just like they were denying it, saying nothing really happens, but then were caught again being together, even though they were not supposed to be doing that and whatnot. But for some reason, they're like, "Oh no, we're going to start doing this now." And I think their excuse was because people were being so mean to them, and they needed to console each other because they're both beating so much haters, whatever. So it's another situation of, well, you all think we're monsters, so we might as well be monsters. It's like, no, you probably could have saved question mark your marriage if you didn't do that. I don't know.
Like, basically, F you haters. You think I have a production team? Fine, I'll get a production team and I'll be even more successful though. Okay, S-my-D. That's basically what she said. So she excuses herself to take a mental health break. And this is when she starts really connecting with Mr. L. He is an agent of an MCN agency called Wynon MCN Agency, WMA. Not to be confused with the American talent agency, WME.
Okay.
WMA. Yeah, just keep in mind of this guy. He reached out to her and said, hey, I can get you videographers, I can get you all these people, just let me know. Well, she signs with him, and he does help her build a small team. She was really open about it. She said, I do have a small team, yeah. And they help me with editing. They also, I still do all of the ideation of the videos. I do all the planning. They help me with just like changing camera angles and maybe sometimes like reaching out to masters, like helping me with like acquire certain things. But I do all of the content planning. I am the content, like they're not doing much. She even said, like, all they're doing is, like, looking for music in the back end, editing videos, and, like, this is still me, right? And everyone's like, it's okay, like, we love you. There's nothing wrong with it. People did notice that her videos did get much better. So they're like, okay, amazing. Like, I'm glad that she's able to do what she likes the most and still be able to produce even better videos. So people were very happy for her. But then
But she didn't read the fine print, I'm assuming, unfortunately.
there was another scandal. Some villagers were coming out to say that she was glorifying village life instead of showing the proper struggles that they were actually experiencing. So basically, a lot of villagers felt like, okay, that's nice and all, but now everyone has this idea that living in the village is this peaceful, calm, serene, like aesthetic life when I'm literally starving. Like, our family is struggling. We don't have time to go and wash our feet at the river because we're busy working. We don't have time to go and make lanzhou beef noodles from scratch because we can barely afford beef. We can't even put food on the table.
I think I remember this too.
Yeah, they said it was not an accurate depiction of their lives, and a lot of them were upset because people were misconstruing it. Like, a lot of city people were like, oh my god, it must be so nice you live in the village. And they're like, I'm literally dying. So what are you talking about? People even asked why she chose to film videos in this more old school, ancient style way. So a lot of people said maybe it would have been better if she incorporated modern elements. If she had been in the village, but you know, like, you could have bought some prepackaged noodles, you could have just made the sauce from scratch, or you could have, like, I don't know, ordered a food processor. Like, I'm pretty sure that's easy on Alibaba, right? Everything just felt so old school. It felt like a set, and so much of glorification of the ancient lifestyle.
I feel like that's the point of her video, is escape.
Yeah.
Right? It's not to show you the realistic, like, there's other channels for that, if you want that.
Okay, that's also the thing, you know? I don't think that every channel needs to provide everything.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything about like too much about that, but it's like she's not trying to say that this is the life of the average person in this situation, and not everything on the internet needs to be as she's saying now, a perfect depiction of said thing. Like, it isn't, she doesn't need to make it realistic. That's not her job. Her job is to do whatever she wants. And she's not portraying it one way or other. She's just like, this is the videos that I'm going to make.
That's why there's so many creators, right?
Yeah. And I remember seeing this whole debate online.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Artistic freedom, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was like the whole thing of people were saying, oh, are you glorifying the farm, the village life into this like fairyland of like, you know, whimsical vibes and this and that. But I mean, and then the whole argument that they were saying is she is providing a dream. This is a video. This is not real. This is a video. This is an escape. This is a vibe.
And at no part in her video did she say this is the real life of villagers.
Yeah, she's showcasing like, very old school traditional Chinese methods of doing things, cooking things, creating things. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the issue in what she's doing. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but I don't know. Some people were really upset about it. I didn't see the issue with this one. And she straight up said, you know, many children in the city, because I lived in the city, you know, they don't know if rice is even grown on trees or if it's grown in a field. Yeah. The environment that I currently live in is relatively rural, and I thought, you know, I might be able to showcase these processes, and some people find it as a nice escape from their lives, just to be in nature. And these are things that I was the most familiar with since I was a kid because I grew up here.
Yeah.
So it's not like I grew up in New York City and moved into this town because I'm like, ugh, this is a niche. You know, this was my life. And when people started wondering how she had every plant and every vegetable conveniently in her garden, they were like, nah. I don't know. Maybe it's CGI. I don't know.
I mean, she literally could just, you know, get the seeds. I mean, she could just buy the seeds. Get every seed on the planet and just buy it. Like, hello. And then plant them in her field. Question mark. Like, what is even the thought process there?
I don't know what they were accusing her for. They were just like, no.
You know that.
Yeah, what do you mean, no? It's like, that's like the one thing that she can do with modern society is buy whatever sort of seed, food, whatever that she wants to plant, and then plant it. And then, like, look up how they're supposed to be taken care of.
That's also my question. I'm like, damn, she has everything in that garden.
So I think there's two things people were saying. I think an accurate one, and I don't know if this is true, but I don't see why there would be a problem if this was true, but a lot of villages do like shared lands.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so much variety.
Yeah.
Whereas
I heard she literally go to a neighbor's farm. She's like, hey, can I go pick 2 eggplants from your farm?
And she said what she'll do is that, you know, people feel like she just has everything in her like vicinity to go plant and pick. But she said, no, I don't do that. I go out first, I take a walk around, and I see what I have, and then I plan what I think I should do with those things. And then I start shooting, you know? It's not that I just am randomly walking down and I'm like, what a beautiful heirloom tomato. Let me make some heirloom sauce. And that's why I use a lot of seasonal ingredients and everyone was like, damn it, that makes sense.
I mean, the only thing you could like say here with her having everything, which again, it's probably just a bunch of different people's fields, right? That's what we're saying. Is the fact that, you know, are you rotating your crops and doing other farm stuff like that? Is like, they could make that sort of argument. They could try to make that argument. It's like, how do you always just have perfect crops? You know, what kind of care are you doing to the grounds? to make sure that it doesn't become unusable for growing things, right? You know, again, are you rotating your crops and yada yada yada.
Annoying. And then one of her biggest scandals erupts. And it starts with what I assume she believed to be a very innocent title, a non-scandalous title, but Liziqi posted on YouTube, quote, spicy Chinese cabbage dish.
Sweet and sour, a delicacy to warm your wintry days. Spicy Chinese cabbage. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. It could be some sort of Chinese culture thing. None of these kanjis, I don't know them for the most part. So I don't know if there's something in the kanji that would warrant a controversy? Question mark.
And she made
Okay, so he already knows what's going on. I don't know what that sentence means.
what is well known today as kimchi.
Okay, kimchi, sure. What's wrong with kimchi?
Here it comes,
Oh
my
my
Chinese
God.
husband and my Korean self, okay? This started a full-blown war between Korean netizens who were so upset because it felt like she was trying to claim a very traditional and typically well-known Korean dish as a Chinese dish. They felt very upset. Chinese netizens fought back and said, historically, there are records of China creating a spicy pickled cabbage dish long before there were official records of kimchi being around. This is our dish. And then the other argument was, yes, but that was then, and a lot of Korean netizens argued, kimchi is widely seen as a Korean dish. It is what Koreans eat with every single meal, and she most likely knows this. Most of our Chinese friends or abroad Chinese netizens, when they eat this dish, they call it kimchi. So why would she not call it kimchi? And by her titling it spicy Chinese cabbage almost felt like an attack.
Did you watch the video? I never watched the
I
video.
think the process is a little bit different.
Oh, okay.
A
I don't
little
even
bit.
know what
Yeah,
happened.
so that's what the Korean netizens were commenting, and a lot of them were upset, saying, like, if you take any random Korean off the street, they know how to make kimchi.
Yeah, well, she's saying that the video is different. So are these people just people who didn't even watch the video, which is something you'd actually be surprised on how often it will happen. Well, people will complain about something that happens in a video without even watching the video. But if the process that she did to make this quote unquote kimchi was not how you typically would make kimchi, does that mean it's not what they're saying it is, and they just didn't watch the video?
But you wouldn't be able to really do that with any random Chinese netizen. They wouldn't know how to make this Chinese pickled, like they were saying universally it's known as kimchi, and she probably knew that, but the fact that she didn't title it that made it felt like she was like, it was ours first. Type of feeling is what the Koreans said, right? But then Chinese netizens were saying, well, historically, we have longer records of eating this dish than you guys have of eating your dish.
Like there's just the constant infighting that happens between the cultures over there. I think this is more than just this is supposed to be kimchi. You're taking away from us. It's just there's been a lot of fighting between all the cultures over there, and I think this is just continuation of that over something that is silly. Question mark? Not silly, but could be seen as not a big deal. Question mark. I mean, someone in the comments could finally cancel me and be like, "You're dumb. How dare you say this isn't a big deal?" But yeah.
So they were like, it must have originated from us.
Yeah. What did
is
she
it-
say anything though? I wonder.
I don't think so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it's better just to not say anything.
it got really bad. It got to the point where China's foreign minister had to speak up.
Shut the front door.
Why?
And
What did he say?
I'm not a food expert. From what I know, pao kai?
Pao Cai.
Pao cai.
Pickle veggies.
Pao cai and kimchi is a type of fermented food that exists all around the world. We call it pao cai, while Koreans call it kimchi, and so on. They have a lot of similarities, but in terms of spices, taste, and preparation, they are unique in their own way. From a culinary standpoint, we support discussion and exchange on the subject, but to avoid conflict, let's not be prejudiced. I remember this one.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember because I woke up one day and Korean netizens were tearing into Liziqi, and I was like, not my Liziqi, what happened? And then I was like, wait, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. I gotta eat.
Yeah, I have no horse in this race, so I just assume that there's nothing wrong with this.
some kimchi real quick to figure out how I feel about this.
To calm it down.
To calm myself down, to give myself some emotional support right now. And then we had a quick discussion where he was like, "So you think it's a Chinese dish or a Korean dish?" And I said, "Do you want to break up or you want to stay together?" And then we stopped the conversation. Yeah,
Anyways.
but I get it. I get both sides of the argument. I totally do. I don't think it's like that big of a deal. And I don't think, okay, the reason I don't think it's that big of a deal is because maybe I'm biased and I've been watching Liziqi before the scandal broke out. And I just feel like she's not the type to like go out and like try to start fights. Or the type to be like, it was ours first. Like she doesn't.
Yeah, she could have just been like, hey, she found some master that knows how to make this dish, and that's what they called it. And I was like, oh, this is what this dish is called? Cool. I want to make this. And then they made it. End of discussion.
Strike me as that person. So I feel like maybe she just really didn't know.
Yeah.
And probably the way she prepared it was like very traditionally pao tai, so she named it that. I don't think that she was trying to do anything. So the intention behind it, like, it doesn't really make me mad, right? Anyway, there'd also be one more mini scandal before she disappears. And it's not really a scandal as it is just like racist in my opinion. It's like xenophobia, okay? But basically, people start stealing Liziqi's videos and posting them on other platforms, pretending to be Liziqi, but they would change her ethnicity.
What?
And be like, "Hi,
How do you do that? When was this? How would they do that?
they would like use really racist names. Blank from Korea. Hi, I'm blank from Vietnam. Watch me cook." Literally kind of erasing her Chinese background. And Liziqi came forward to say, "Hi everyone, I'm Liziqi and I'm Chinese. Other bloggers are copying my videos and this has happened many times before."
Wait, so they literally post her own video?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah, the content theft is a problem, question mark? I'd argue. So I feel like I'm not surprised that that's something that's happening. Is the oldest person's making these videos that don't directly have any safety guards in play, like possibly like her being like, hey, it is I, this person, who is this, and this is my name, this is where I live. Because obviously they would have to go even further. They have to edit the audio, cut out her voice, but that would also cut out the background and all the cozy nonsense, right? And then edit that stuff in, so it would like, kind of ruin the quality of the video. But yeah, it's just content theft, which is also why I don't want to keep just marathoning Stephanie content forever. Because I was already so, I don't know, worried. Not necessarily worried, but I just didn't want to do reaction content. Mainly, like one of the main reasons, just because I didn't think I could do that, because I don't really have any. I'm not sitting here yelling and screaming and laughing all day in these videos. I guess I'm just like talking and giving opinions on things. It's not really reaction, rather than just a discussion / opinions, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's reaction, but I didn't want to do it because you could see it as stealing, right? It's not like you're making any original content other than what you're saying at the time, even though like everybody in the grandma does reactions at this point and is making bank doing it, question mark. It just never felt like a good thing to do. It felt like evil, right, to make reactions, which is why I just never did it until this year, because it's like, okay, I've been here forever. I think I can finally give in and see where it goes. And I mean, now you see where we're at now, where we actually gotten a foot in the door on YouTube because of reactions. But I did kind of see it as an evil thing to do. And that's also why I'm like, okay, I need to stop watching Stephanie's stuff and start doing other stuff in between again. I don't know if we'll even have like multiple days of breaks between Stephanie's stuff. Just to, again, try to like wane away from feeling evil, question mark.
just add like a voiceover?
Yeah, or like subtitles, or it's in their bio.
Oh.
You know how like
wow.
TikTok
Yeah,
does
yeah,
like
yeah.
fake ones too?
Yeah.
And she said they changed their nationality and pretend to be me, so many followers don't even know where I'm from now. I'm here to declare that I'm from China and proud to be Chinese. The scenes in my video are from my hometown and they're located in China. This is my only official YouTube video, and thank you everyone for your constant following and support. Thank you so much. But there was a lot of backlash with this too, because she's so globally well known when this scandal happened, so a lot of non-Chinese netizens started accusing her of being an industry plant. Same thing
Again, this is full circle back to being an industry plant.
that happened, but on a different context. So Chinese netizens were like, she's an industry plant, she's too good. And then global netizens were like, she's an industry plant, from China. The government put her on YouTube. Oh, yeah. They're trying to brainwash us. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, propaganda, trying to get soft powers, I see. Which, the counter argument would be, you see a lot of cottagecore lifestyle videos, especially in like the UK, or like people being like 24 hours in the Victorian era videos, and nobody is like, oh my god, she is propaganda by the British government, like, to take over America again. Like, you don't see that. So people were like, come on, again, this feels just like straight up xenophobia, guys. Let's do better. So Liziqi moves on from all these little scandals, continues making her videos, and they're only getting better and better, just like in quality, ideas, everything. And then July 14th, 2021, she posts firewood, rice, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, and tea. Which, like, her titles...
Wait.
One can't live without salt. It said as well.
2021, she posts firewood...
Yeah, one can't live without salt.
Rice, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, and tea. Which, like, her
Wait,
titles...
one more time?
Her titles are unhinged.
Did she post a video?
Yeah, that's the video. Firewood, rice, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, and tea.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like 28 million views, okay? Crazy. And then she never posted again. That video was completely normal. Nowhere in that video did she say, hey guys, I'm gonna take a small break. Nowhere in that video did she say, hey guys, I'm retiring or I'm transitioning into a different career.
Or like any of the conspiracies that would usually pop up when something like this happens, where like crazy popular person is making a lot of videos and then they just disappear out of nowhere. People start making conspiracies about them being kidnapped or held hostage, or they try to find any little hints in the video of them like asking for help or like SOS or anything. I wonder if that happens with her. If people were like literally looking for SOS hints in her videos.
That video was normal, and then she never posted again. Like, what kind of international sensation just disappears out of nowhere? Let's take it back to Mr. L, the manager. Mr. L had been reaching out to Liziqi for a while. This was many years ago before she left YouTube. And he kept telling her he could make her life easier, he could bring her more resources so that she could focus on the passionate parts of the business that she likes, which is just video content creation. He even flew out to the countryside to visit her in her hometown just to meet with her. And she said that he felt very sincere. He really seemed like he wanted to help her vision come true. And he was just very knowledgeable about everything. Even before she signed with him, he was providing resources and insight that she wasn't able to get because it's not like she lives in Beijing or Shanghai and has all these influencer friends around her. It was really hard for even her to navigate this space. Like, this is just an arena that she's so unfamiliar with this. This is like uncharted territory. He's giving her tips on lighting and how to streamline things. And in the end, she ends up signing with him. And she signs over a lot of the administrative ends of her career.
Yeah, I think she needed to look at that much closer, but I guess she probably didn't know any better.
And focuses on content creation. On one hand, she gets to just focus on creating content. That's a good thing. Good for her, right? Good for her viewers. On the other hand, now this agency is handling all brand deals, her trademarkings, her brand in general, marketing, monetization, her accounts, everything. Side note, WMA was pretty big at this point, but not that big. Like, Liziqi was by far the biggest creator that they ever signed, and it gave them all the credit they needed to sign more creators. So,
though, did they get in trouble for this now that everybody knew that they screwed her over? I feel like if she was so big and had millions and millions, those millions of people would be like, hey, how could y'all do this? We're gonna end your company now.
They would just state that Liziqi is their client, and that helped build up their own reputation. Because think about it, if Mr. Beast is signed with someone and that person is like, hey, we signed Mr. Beast, I think I'd be more likely to be like, okay, I feel like at least I could trust them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would Mr. Beast sign with him? Like, he's a smart business guy, he's like the top creator, like that makes sense, right? I would feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of influencers signed with this company, WMA, because of Liziqi, and from that, WMA made a lot of money. I would say, like, in the US, agencies take like, I don't know, 20%. They were taking like 50% in China. So
50%? If we're talking about YouTube, YouTube takes 30%, question mark. Yeah, YouTube takes 30 if they're going to take anything from you, and that's 30% of everything that you would get through YouTube.
So in China,
also, if you're on iPhone or any Apple device, and I'm assuming Apple has some sort of like own currency that it uses to pay for things, that it's even worse. So if you're on a iDevice, I would suggest not giving, like not donating through YouTube to anybody on like YouTube. Don't donate on YouTube if you're on an iDevice. Just like don't even waste your money, because it gets, the money that you're sending gets hit twice. Apple takes a cut for some godforsaken reason, and then YouTube takes a cut. I don't know which one comes first, but one takes a cut and then the next one takes another cut. So the money that actually ends up at the person that you're trying to donate to gets chopped by a lot. So it's almost not worth spending your money because you're just giving your money to all these companies rather than the person you're trying to support. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to donate to anybody. I'm not saying to me, I'm saying to like anybody on YouTube. If you're constantly donating to them, I would suggest not doing that on an iPhone or an iDevice, assuming it works like that. I'm pretty sure it does work that way. Maybe they've changed how it works, but if you're spending money on YouTubers, Apple's taking a cut, I think, at some point, and then YouTube's taking their cut, and then finally the YouTuber gets their cut.
I heard US agencies take like, I don't know, 20%. They were taking like 50% in China. So in China, I heard the industry standard is 50.
Wow.
Which is that's kind of oof.
Yeah, 50. 50. I'd be like, oh, okay, are you gonna film with me?
I like 30 already is an oof in my opinion, but like 50, oof. Mega oof.
But I will say that the structure is different. They are more involved in China, a lot more involved maybe, and they do actually invest more money. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if agencies in the US, or at least for like most influencer agencies, I don't know if they actually like invest literal cash into your marketing. Like they might invest in like having their employees work on stuff for you, but in China they invest like literal cash into marketing you. So I guess in some ways it makes sense. You get it, but it was just weird. So she's like, okay. Makes sense. She signs with WMA and they go ahead and they trademark a ton of her name and variations of her name, and they let her know, and they're like, this is what we're gonna do because this is going to be protecting your assets. This is in no way me saying that she was not knowledgeable, but it's like taxes. No one teaches you about taxes. And like most of your life, I feel like we have no freaking idea with what we're doing with taxes. And then one day we kind of learn and we're like, why did nobody teach me about this? Like, how are we expected to just know this? This is insane, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of how Liziqi was with this business. She dropped out at 14. She didn't have any opportunities to be involved in these types of deals, in these types of conversations. And so this was completely foreign to her. This was new to her. All she knew was she liked Mr. L. She felt like she could trust him. He was very professional. The contracts they were presenting, he said this was the industry standard. This was the industry norm. She had no idea about what the industry norm was. So
Yeah, it's kind of like the problem. They're going to tell you everything's normal. They're going to look nice and act like everything's okay, but that's just part of the scam.
she signed it. And WMA was helping her. So she signed it, and they structured the deal that everything Liziqi ever created, including her own social media platforms that she had already grown with her blood, sweat, and tears.
That's like an issue. Like she sold them the stuff she already had beforehand, not even just afterwards, but everything she basically had ever made. That kind of sucks.
Would all be under an LLC. So they're like, Liziqi, you gotta stop, you gotta make an LLC. And then all your businesses are gonna run through this LLC. And she's like, okay, that's crazy. I get it. I'll do it. They create an LLC. Liziqi would own 49% of that LLC.
And not half, though. She doesn't own half, which means she doesn't really own it.
And WMA would own 51%.
So just enough to not have control?
I'm gonna be honest with you, there were so many times when I was thinking about this, like even when I started social media, so many times I almost did the dumbest shit ever. And then he was like, what are you trying to sign? And I'm like, oh, am I not supposed to? And he was like, are you crazy? And I was like, oh, I thought it was cute. Like, I thought it'd be fun. He's like, you're literally signing your life away. I'm like, okay, let me just tell them. Because I already promised my firstborn child in blood, you know what I mean? So now I gotta let them know. That's gonna be disappointing. Yeah, so, I mean, again, she didn't think that this was a big deal. And that 2% is gonna just be the make it or break it. That 2% isn't even about money, it's about control. And Liziqi would now effectively have lost control over her own brand. And you
Yeah, I mean, you never want to have under 50.
have to remember, the agents were straight up predators in this. I mean, they knew that Liziqi did not have the connections or the contact to understand that this was not a good deal for her.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of her.
They presented it as if this was the industry norm. In fact, she was probably getting better than the industry norm is how they presented it. They played up their kindness and they took advantage of her.
So is this just her revolting against them? Is that why she just stopped posting, or is there something more to that?
So this main LLC, let's call it Company A. Company A is 49% controlled by Liziqi. And you know how I said WMA owned the other 51%? Well, no. Company B owned the other 51%. So it wasn't WMA's LLC that owned it. It was like another random company that had just been created. Company B owns 51% of Company A. So whoever controls Company B controls Company A and therefore controls Liziqi and her whole brand. And guess who owns Company B? Mr. L.
Why didn't he do WMA?
He wanted it, it seemed.
Oh, himself? Oh.
Yeah.
Because all this just own her brand.
And
So
then
he plot this whole fucking
So they're saying he owns 51% of her brand.
thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the trademark for all of Liziqi's names and brands, they were all registered under Company B instead of Company A. So if Company A had the Liziqi trademark, Liziqi would own 49% of her own trademark. But instead, the trademark was for Company B, which Liziqi owned 0% of Company B. She had nothing to do with Company B. Company B just owned her company. She can't control Company B.
But they told them that.
They told her, yeah, it's gonna be.
I mean, she already doesn't have like full control, and she can be like, because she's under 50, she can be overwritten? Question mark. But then this stupid like loop that we have going here makes it even worse than that. She just has no control whatsoever.
Under WMA, but WMA owns Liziqi, and they're like, it's basically the same thing, it's just for paperwork reasons.
Wow.
And so she's like, okay, that makes sense. And then also, when you have to think, she's newer to the industry, she didn't know much. She's probably thinking, this is literally my name, and I'm Liziqi. So like, it's me, I'm the brand.
Wow.
Like trademark just seems like a legal paper, it doesn't really matter because I'm literally, my name is Liziqi, like it's Liziqi, right? It's not like you're trademarking a water bottle and you're like, I, Stephanie Sue, want to own this water bottle, It's like, I'm Liziqi.
That's insane.
It's about to get crazier. In 2018, Liziqi debuted a brand under her name, basically a food brand. So they opened up a flagship store, they created an online storefront, and they sold all sorts of different food. Lotus root powder. Their highest selling SKU was lushifan.
螺蛳粉.
Yes, it's like instant noodles. The stinky noodles that are instant. They had chutney powders, flour cakes, rice noodles, literally everything. They were moving like 500,000 units a month. That's 500,000 units, not like dollars.
Wow.
In 2020, they did over 200 million US dollars in sales.
Wow.
Okay, so is she going to get any of that money or none? Because, Company B owns that. I wish she would have said Company B and then Company A, for like Company A being the thing that L owns, because, A, and then B being under A. But Company B is like B in control of this, thus she gets $0. Is that the scheme here? It's like it's the brand, but because it's how it's all structured, she gets nothing.
And the profit margins are crazier. So profit margins were guesstimated to be like 70%. Just think about how much pure profit these sales were bringing in. But the products were being sold. Company A, Liziqi, Company B, they were being sold only under Company B.
That's what I thought. So, I mean, she gets nothing, right?
Okay, so Liziqi's not making money, you're saying?
0.
What?
She's not involved in the process. She did not own the trademark to her own name. She could not stop or sell these products with her likeness or her name on it. She was making $0 from this.
Wait, did she know it though?
I think in the beginning she didn't, because they were like, oh, this is your new brand. And then once we start becoming profitable, we'll probably
give you the money.
So I'm sure to a degree she was promoting it.
Wow.
She was literally bringing in insane profits to WMA and even fed hundreds of their employees with her profits alone to the company, and she is getting paid nothing from this. 0. But it gets even worse because it's not even about the money, okay?
You remember, right? We actually ordered Liziqi's like the 螺蛳粉. I remember you even like, oh, who is this? Oh my god, that's Liziqi. Like, remember that? Like, I was like, yeah, she has a famous noodle brand.
And then you were like, they're like killing it.
Yeah, she's killing it. Oh my god, dude, this is killing me. I can't believe this.
And like I said, it's not even about the money. So quick sidetrack. I don't know how much she got paid from her video views, because I know people are gonna be like, well, I don't really feel bad for her because she's probably rich anyway. I don't know how much she got paid for her video views or...
Yeah, it depends. Right, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Again, it depends on, like, are they getting a cut of that too? Because YouTube's already, well, I don't know if this is YouTube or... I don't know if we're talking about YouTube or we're talking about, like, Chinese YouTube. But let's just assume we're talking about Chinese YouTube. So the Chinese YouTube is already taking 50%, right? And then, okay, she has 50% of that left. How much of that is Company A taking from her? Question mark. On top of that, like 50% is already being taken. Now another cut? Like, what's the cut? I assume. Unless 50% is supposed to be Company A's cut, then what is Chinese YouTube taking on top of that? We need to know that. Because that also matters. It also matters how many ads are on the videos, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, she could be making a lot of money from what it seems that how many views she's getting, like a lot of money, potentially millionaire. The issue is, again, the cut that this company's taking, and the amount of ads that are being played, and the amount of ad blockers that are being used, and et cetera, right?
Other revenue sources. I don't know if the situation was that WMA also screwed her out of those too. Like, that part right now is kind of unclear to me, or if it was just the branding and the Liziqi food brand. But there was a point in time where people were super pissed off at her and accused her. They tried to calculate her views per month in CPMs, and they accused her of making 23 million USD a year, which, okay, that's crazy. That's astronomical amounts of money, right? But they were like pissed about this. They felt like she didn't deserve it. And she was getting so much hatred that she had to come out and say, guys, I'm not making anywhere near $23 million a year. Which, I get it. Again, this is a stupid amount of money, right? I totally get that there's other professions and other industries that deserve way more money, and influencers are like the bottom of the list. I get it, okay? Teachers, healthcare, first responders, people that work at like water sewage plants that keep our country running, like employees that do garbage disposal, garbage retrieval, all these people, recycling plants. I get it, trust me. But I will say, I feel like so much of the hatred against her, specifically about her making money, came from a lot of people being pissed that a girl made more money than them. Like a girl that radiated soft girl vibes.
I don't know about that. Like, obviously, this is Stephanie talking about it, so she might go there, but where is that coming from?
Because it's weird. I didn't see a lot of like male influencers getting accused of making too much money. But
I'm thinking about that. I don't know. Because I'm not really paying attention to that. Also, we're talking about someone who isn't like I've never heard of, so I don't know. The people that are talking about this on the regular, though, I feel like people just get mad at influencers for making a lot of money, period. Like, that's the narrative. It's like, it's not fair that you make that kind of money. And that's just a generalization of anybody who's doing influencer stuff, YouTuber stuff, streamer stuff. And especially like the whole, well, being a streamer is hard thing, and people getting mad at people saying that, and it being out of touch and whatnot. So I've heard like that on a general sense, not just be, oh, this person's making a lot of money and it's because they're a girl. It's usually because, people are upset about the profession itself and making too much money, not the person's gender.
she was like getting dragged. I mean, I don't know. People just had a problem with it. People were upset with her about it. And she was like, guys, I'm not making that much money. Like, thanks for worrying about me, but I'm not. So you can stop worrying now, right? But back to the food. There were a lot of negative reviews about the food and the brand. Netizens were ripping Liziqi apart for calling her money hungry.
Wait, people don't like the food?
There were a lot of complaints. A lot of people reported having diarrhea. There were inedible ingredients found in some of the lotus root powders. There were some bug remnants found in the noodles.
Well, I was assuming anything that this big company would try to produce would be subpar. Like, it's never going to be on the quality of what Lisa's making herself, right? It's not even going to be 100th of what she's doing. So you can only assume it's going to be really bad. Or not really bad, but like mediocre. If not, in some cases, just terrible.
They were calling her money hungry, cheap, sellout, putting out horrible products as a cash grab, trying to pull one over on people, like literally just some of the most disgusting things ever. They were absolutely, absolutely ruthless. I mean, it was really, 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 really bad, okay? Just her brand and her whole image, her whole, even just like her hope in humanity was just getting destroyed by something that she could not stop and something she definitely did not profit from. And for a while, everyone was radio silent. People were turning against Liziqi. Some people were just waiting for her to come back. And October 25th of 2021, she posted a picture of herself at a police station. And
why can the police do anything about this? We don't know what that said either, because it's not translated.
On October 25th of 2021, she posted a picture of her.
I don't know what that's saying. Like, I see the symbol for heaven, question mark, and I don't think it is. I see the symbol for big. I see the symbol for now, I think. But I don't think sometimes the words aren't exactly the same for Chinese and Japanese, so I don't know what's being said here. Question mark.
Of herself at a police station. And records were pulled that she filed a lawsuit against WMA and had the Liziqi trademarks renounced. again, just to show you the power that this woman holds in terms of influence and how loved she was, there was breaking news of separation between Liziqi and WMA. This was like breaking news in the industry. It was huge. And WMA had taken off their 7th round of investors, including ByteDance. ByteDance was one of the investors.
TikTok?
The owners of TikTok. And ByteDance, the minute that they heard about Liziqi withdrawing from WMA, they withdrew investments from WMA.
Of course.
That's crazy. Let's just refer to them as TikTok. TikTok is like, oh, you dropped her? Okay, bye. We're out.
So the
Because
Liziqi made WMA.
They only wanted WMA investment, like to invest in WMA, because they only wanted to invest in Liziqi. That's
Yeah.
it. Literally, that's it. And if she's no longer there, they don't give a fuck about WMA. So they pulled out. And WMA really didn't have.
That's
I
insane.
say?
You say this is their 7th round?
Yeah.
So they've raised millions on millions and millions and millions of dollars already.
Liziqi's
Yeah,
back.
in the last 6 rounds.
Yeah. And even if you lines up WMA's top 10 talents, Liziqi being number 1, numbers 2 and 10, I'm sure they're great people, right? But just to show you how much power she had in the company, collectively, if you combined all their numbers, they don't even do a fifth of the numbers that Liziqi was pulling.
Wow.
So ByteDance pulls out, and it was a really bad time for WMA. Hate them. But they had just
I mean, shouldn't they get like blown up for this? Right? I was wondering if they're going to get like nuked for doing this to her. I'm assuming that is going to be the end case. They already seem to be getting pretty beat up from this, so hopefully it's a full just crash.
finished their 7th round of financing, and they were trying to get into IPO. They were like trying to get ready. They're positioning themselves for IPO. And when this is like breaking news, they get a ton of backlash. And side note, it was alleged that WMA had already pretty predatory contracts in the industry. Like they were already really predatory. So the public starts digging into WMA, and it's just so shady. Like the fact
It's
that
Mr.
they had,
L. Like I think
Yeah.
it's important to call him out.
Oh, yeah.
It's not an organization. It's this guy who's like scamming everyone
Yeah.
and taking advantage of all these people.
Oh, and the shadiest thing that he did, he even copyrighted like 115 art pieces that were connected to Liziqi's brand. So whether it was something that she had drawn, whether it was something that she had created, or even like fan art that had been gifted to her, anything that could be recognized as her branding or any visual, it was copyrighted to him.
How do you just copyright someone else's fan art? Like someone makes fan art and then you go in and retroactively copyright that? What?
him. And the media stated that content distribution avenues were being controlled by WMA. So basically, Liziqi couldn't even post on her own accounts anymore. She would have to legally fight to get her access back, which she did. So she does have full access, yeah, and she does have her trademarks back. This allegation was, the allegation that she couldn't control her accounts was denied by WMA. Some people didn't believe them, some people did, right?
Okay, so she has her stuff back. I was assuming she just like was gone forever and was never going to get anything back.
But this back and forth goes for a while, and we don't know everything that's happened behind the scenes, but it was revealed that as of 2022, December 2022, Liziqi was given back control of her trademarks, her brands, her accounts, as well as the LLC that she owned 49% stake in. Well, she owned like the whole thing now. Well, 99%.
Can you imagine like your name doesn't owned by you?
Brown. That happened to a very famous makeup artist, Bobbi Brown. So she started a makeup company called Bobbi Brown. Bobbi Brown Beauty, or maybe it's just Bobbi Brown, right? Very famous, bought out, I wonder if it's Estee Lauder or somewhere big. Bought out, and she wanted to leave. Her contract stipulated that she could no longer operate anything under her name. They owned Bobbi Brown. So she started a new company recently called, I think, Jones Beauty, but she's Bobbi Brown. And it was really confusing for me because I'm like, wait, that's literally Bobbi Brown. But
Yeah.
she's like saying she's talking about this company. So I was like, oh, I didn't even know that
That's
she left
crazy.
Bobbi Brown. And then I like went through the thing, and then I was like, oh, okay, she left Bobbi Brown, but she can't create.
It's like the Taylor Swift songs, right?
Yes, it's like, what are you talking about? That's her song. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I get it. I get the legality. I get the logistics. But like,
Yeah.
in a world that shouldn't really make sense. Like,
Yeah.
how did we get in a world where that makes sense? Like, it should not make sense. It's
Yeah.
like, that's stupid.
It's not
Yeah, I mean, it's just screwed up, right? Don't trust companies, kids.
smart. It's not even like these companies trying to take advantage of these creators
Everyone.
or artists. That's so short-sighted. Why would you want to fuck someone over like that?
Yeah.
Instead, create a mutual win-win situation that you can last forever, right?
Yes,
Got to keep increasing that bottom line? Question mark. And I made this statement yesterday. That I came to. Well, I feel like I came to the realization in yesterday. Was it yesterday's video? I think it was that because a trillionaire doesn't exist in the world, that anyone who's making a lot of money, or any company, is trying, like any company, any person, any billionaire, is trying to make the first trillionaire. And that's why like the money grubbing is possibly going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, because someone like the elites are literally racing, I think, to be the first trillionaire on the planet, I believe. So they're going to do anything to become the first person in human history to be a trillionaire? Question mark. Right, so things are probably only going to get worse and worse until that happens, because I think then maybe once we have a trillionaire, I don't know if anyone's going to care about being the second trillionaire. Like, hopefully things will be better afterwards. Maybe we can, like, you know, get rid of them. Like, sure, you got to be a trillionaire, okay, goodbye, and then eject them out into space. But like, you hope that nobody's going to be fighting for that title, because becoming a what's after a trillionaire? A quadruple-naire? Because that doesn't sound right. So, okay, it's a quadrillionaire, I guess. So, almost the same thing. So yeah, it's a quadrillionaire. Like, how much you would probably have to struggle to become a quadrillionaire after becoming just becoming a trillionaire, I think is hard enough. So, like, it's becoming a quadrillionaire, you would probably have to take over the entire planet. So we'd have to hope, okay, no one's going to try to aim for that, hopefully. So it's just like, okay, it's over. They can just stop doing the stupid money hoarding thing. But I don't know, people just want to have as much money as possible, take it away from everyone else. But again, like, these companies and billionaires or whatever are doing all this bad stuff because I think there is some sort of, like, metagame happening in the elites space of them trying to become the first trillionaire on the planet, again, in human history. And everyone else has to suffer because of it.
And especially in the situation with Liziqi and even like Taylor Swift is like, oh, okay, like, good job. You fucked over one of the most beloved people.
Yeah.
Like, good job. Like,
Yeah,
you think
like,
that's gonna go well?
I think the company.
Then people get mad at Taylor Swift recently too. I don't know if she is, like, not canceled or if she's just okay. It's just like, oh yeah, this was kind of lame, question mark, but everyone still likes Taylor Swift. I don't know. I just know something was happening that was negative with Taylor Swift recently. So again, another name that's being dropped that could be regretted later. I don't know. I think Taylor's still fine, right? I don't know how bad whatever was happening was. Mr. Beast, though, again, he's still around, I think, but definitely got canceled.
Company, Mr. L is like so into making some short-term money with this name. Like, let's just sell everything under her name and just make the money. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, I guess for him, let's say he made enough money and he's done for it. But still, you could have made way more by just building a healthy, long-lasting relationship with him.
Okay,
with her.
Here's how I feel. I feel like people like Liziqi, who he could have taken advantage of because she wasn't so familiar with this space. She's the type of person I feel like if they had done so well, she would have been beyond generous with him.
Yeah.
She's not the type to sit there and count her little pennies and be like, you help me, well, you only get this much.
Yeah, because she agreed to 49%. So she agreed to half and half.
Yeah.
She agreed to, like,
Which
whatever
is
we
insane
made.
already,
like,
yeah.
let's go half and half. You get half, I get half.
Yeah.
But this guy wants 100%. That's crazy.
So he was forced to step down from WMA. Thank
Oh,
goodness.
okay. L?
Yeah.
Got blown up.
And she does have all her accounts back, but she still hasn't posted. I don't know. Maybe she's done for good. I wouldn't blame her.
This was, again, potentially 2.5+ years ago, so who knows if she's still posting. I assume people would know.
Maybe she just needs time. Again, I don't blame her, but I
saw an interview before. I think it was pretty recent too, like the last couple of years maybe. She's talking about her main goal in life is to spread the cultural aspect to like the young kids. She's like, because kids nowadays, everyone's on their phone, nobody knows any of these traditions anymore, and all she want to do is express some of these type of tradition to them. Like, she doesn't care too much about the business side.
How could he screw her over? I just hope that guy doesn't ruin something that she loved doing. If she never comes back, I hope it's because she's over it. She just wants to move on. But I just hope it's not something that she loved doing, but she's so traumatized she can't come back. In an interview, she said, you know, she wasn't that educated, she wasn't in the business world, and she didn't make videos to become a CEO or like a CFO, so she didn't really know. She just did it for her grandma and for the passion. And this guy knew it, and he took advantage of her. And it's alleged that he probably profited tens of millions of dollars from her, from
Are we suing it? Are we going to get that money back, though? Because is the Chinese government going to intervene and be like, hey, that was messed up, you're getting banished, and we're taking your money?
screwing her over, and I hope she gets every single penny back.
Okay, so that possibly is still in the cards, her getting the money back.
And that is the story of Liziqi and why one of the top creators of YouTube just vanished. What are your thoughts? Did you guys know? Because I didn't know for a minute. I was like, oh my god, where did she go? And
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of her before, so I didn't know that she was missing to begin with, or that she even existed.
And then when I start dating, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable levels of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no one would ever assume that's what happened. What are your thoughts? I gotta go tell Tiffany about this. She probably already knows, but I gotta.
Yeah, I was like, isn't Tiffany the one always telling Stephanie about everything? I feel like Tiffany already knew about this like 10 years ago.
Repeat this whole video. I gotta sit her down. Maybe I'll heat this back up. So I gotta go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out.
Okay, so that was the end of that video. Which, that was interesting, though. At least, I don't know if there's a happy ending, but at least, again, she got her stuff back. Possibly. It's been 2+ years since then. She got her money back. Maybe she's even doing videos again. I don't know, because I don't think I've ever seen her content before. Yeah, I just assume hopefully everything is fine. Mr. L probably got blown up. I wonder if that company also got blown up even further. You know, because they lost TikTok, apparently. Giving them money, investing in them. So, hopefully they all got blown up and she is doing fine now. But yep, that is going to be that for today. Again, I've already said it like multiple times, but we're probably going to do something softer tomorrow, unless I'm like, I give in and like, you know what, never mind, I'm going to do another Stephanie video. But again, I really want to like start spacing these things out again, maybe even further, even though it's not really a good idea, question mark, because I know this is what everybody wants to see, right? It's the Stephanie stuff. But I don't know. I think I am just going to start spacing it out, because again, like, it feels wrong to just watch one of these every day, because like I said, it's practically like my channel is just a re-upload channel for her, and that feels wrong. And like I said before, doing reaction content I kind of saw as like something evil anyways, even though I do watch like a lot of reaction stuff. It just feels on my end like an evil thing to do to begin with. So it's rough to keep doing these videos every day, constantly. I like want to do other things that don't revolve around using someone else's content, right? But we probably still will have like reactions every day, but I want them to be other people's stuff, not just hers. Like, you know, we need to space these things out. Again, maybe at the end of next month, if the cards align and everything's okay, next month, like I already mentioned multiple times, we'll have like a marathon like this again at the end of the month. And then the next month after that, next month after that, possibly forever, as long as there's content to do that with. Yeah, so who knows what we're going to watch tomorrow? Probably just Dark Asia or something like that. And I'm thinking on the 31st, like, so the last day of this month, maybe I'll stream some nuke stuff, like 3 nuke videos back to back, maybe. Just like a marathon of ghost videos. Just as like to send the month off before we get into next month. So guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers if they want to become a member. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we're working on watch time and subscribers. And shout out to the members: EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. But guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment. You know what to do. See ya.